Hey everybody, welcome back. We are here again with another weekly earnings report for the 2nd to the 9th of December. So first week in December, earnings coming up in a couple, or I'll be posting this on Sunday. So coming up tomorrow. Starting off, I really don't see anything too interesting for Monday. I don't think anybody knows what Zscaler Inc. is, at least I don't. But moving towards Tuesday, we have Salesforce as the big one. You can see here their stock is at a pretty significant all-time high at the moment. We'll have to see how their performance ends up doing on Tuesday. But people are definitely, they just had price targets being raised. So I think people are definitely looking forward to that. That'll definitely be a big one. Marvel Technology, I believe I have heard about before. That's another company. Oh, sorry. That is another company that a lot of people have talked about before. But again, they also just recently hit an all-time high, and it's looking like they also just had another price target raise. So that's going to be another one to keep an eye on. Bank of Nova Scotia, that's a fairly large bank based in Canada that may have something interesting going on. Other than that, the rest of the companies here are fairly smaller. Not seeing anything here that's too crazy. Dave and Buster's is supposed to report, which should be interesting. They're expecting a fairly large loss, so make sure to check that out, see if they actually do or not. Usually, if you're expecting a loss and you end up not having a loss, that's huge. So, I mean, if that happens, it'll definitely be big for them. Other than that, nothing else too crazy for Tuesday. If we go to Canada, we could see another big Canadian bank, Royal Bank of Canada, will be reporting. Synopsis is reporting, which should be interesting. They are fairly big. I've seen them trending on StockTwits a couple times. Looks like the estimates are right here if you want to check that out further. But overall, hoping to see some positive stuff there. Right now, they're pretty close to their all-time high, just a couple percent off of it. Hormel Foods produces a lot of different foods for basically the entire country. Big one, Dollar Tree. Will they start recovering? Dollar Tree stock has been suffering for a long time now. This will also be a early warning sign for Dollar General, which is one of my companies that I have. If you checked out my earnings reports or if you checked out my portfolio reviews at all, not Dollar Tree, but Dollar General. So the Dollar Tree earnings report should be interesting to see where this kind of sector is going. You can see they've had notable stock volatility recently, and hopefully they do fairly well, kind of have some positive indicators for the industry. Then another one that I actually do have is CHWY. I am expecting them to fully outperform. Hopefully we see customer growth, cost per customer. I hope to see increase. Another one that is going to be probably significant only because of what it is GameStop. GameStop is reporting on Wednesday. Make sure to pay attention to that if you want to try to get some swing trading in. I'm sure there will be insane and unwarranted volatility for it. But yeah, make sure to check out GameStop on Wednesday. Other than that, Thor Industries, pretty big. I believe they make medical devices, but don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. Stock seems to be in one of the largest wedges I have ever seen, which could be good, could be bad. If they break out of this kind of triangle they're in, it could be something fairly significant. But so far, it isn't looking the greatest for them. I mean, they've been stuck under their all-time high since 2018. So we'll have to see if they outperform there. Maybe they could continue this recent uptrend that we're seeing. Other than that, it looks like we have Five Below will be reporting. That's a big one to pay attention to. Same thing with American Eagle. Retailers, I feel, Foot Locker as well. Retailers, I feel, will most likely not be doing the greatest. Post-COVID retail really, I feel like it's just on the decline even faster than it already was. But I know Foot Locker has been a hot stock for a while. They are down a lot from where their all-time high is, but they move so much that people really, really like to trade it. Overall, they just got a price upgrade. Actually, they got a reduction and an upgrade. So take that as you will. Mean price target of around $28. Or at 25 right now. So pay attention to that. And then other than that, nothing too crazy. The rest of the companies here are fairly smaller, it looks like. Barnes & Noble, again, another retailer. They are, I think, a little bit more regional. If you're in like the Northeast US, you've probably heard of Barnes & Noble. I don't know if they're across the entire country, honestly, but only worth 272 million. I'm going to assume they're not. But anyway, I think that's about it. Everything else, I don't really see much that would draw too much attention, but make sure to pay attention to those. And again, next week I will be covering, or at least I'll try to cover a couple of these companies. But on to Thursday, we have the rest of the major Canadian banks reporting. It'll be a big, big week for them. Also, really just the state of the Canadian economy in general will kind of be reflected based on how their borrowing, spending, loan reports are. Another big one, Kroger. I believe they finished their merger with Albertsons like a year ago. I don't know if that's fully complete, to be honest, but that'll definitely be interesting. See if they're performing better, more faster growth. Lulu is another stock that I have personally. I'm hoping to see them outperform, especially with the quarter before Christmas. Maybe people are buying their Christmas presents early, you never know. But overall, should be interesting to see that. Other than that, nothing too. Oh, Dollar General will be reporting. One thing to note: $16 billion market cap. If that seems low to you, it's because it is. If you look at Dollar Tree, actually Dollar Tree is 15 billion, but still, Dollar General is better objectively, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm scrolling around a lot, but DocuSign should be an interesting one. I don't remember if I reviewed them or not, but I probably will try to next week. But again, Dollar General will be interesting. We want to see this be beaten. I really hope it is. We'll have to see. But other than that, Ulta, again, continuing with the retailers, should be an interesting one. National Beverage Corp, I'm sure, owns something interesting, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Other than that, CleanSpark might be something. CLSK. They have been at a fairly low since IPO price. They have increased slightly, but should be interesting to see if they can kind of kick up growth. I forget what the company is, but I have seen them a few times. And then just continuing with retailers, Victoria's Secret is reporting. Build-A-Bear Workshop, that's wild that they're even public. I had no idea. Canadian Solar, this I will most likely review only because they're closely related with SolarEdge, which I covered a couple weeks ago, which people loved that video, which is awesome. So I will be doing Canadian Solar as well. Petco, again, continuing with retailers. This is essentially Canadian Bank and Retailer Week, as you can kind of see. Land's End is another one that's closely related to retailers. Other than that, nothing too crazy. This is going into the millions, so I'm not going to go too much more. But anyway, on to Friday. Friday is really nothing. I don't know if Kirkland Inc. is related to Costco, but I kind of doubt it because they only have a 22 million market cap. I don't think that is the same company. But anyway, Friday, nothing crazy unless you want to look at Do, which actually might be the is this the jet ski company? It could be the jet ski snowmobile company, but I don't really know. I forget. But anyway, that is it basically for everything reporting. Oh, sorry, this is the last week. But make sure to pay attention to the companies. Should be an interesting week with Canadian banks and retailers. Pay attention to it. Watch out for whatever. And that's all I have. So make sure to subscribe, and I will see everybody next week for the earnings report.